Elon Musk making big changes at Twitter, saying the service will begin charging for the blue check marks indicated as users are verified. But as social media companies overall grapple with changing demographics, can stalwarts like Twitter and Meta keep up? And here with more is Yahoo Finance's Dan Howley. So the latest in this saga, Twitter Plus, can we think of it that way?
Yeah, I mean, look, so my basic takeaway from everything that's happening with social media right now is that this is kind of a changing of the guard, where we had seen for so long Facebook and Twitter be the mainstays, the stalwarts. But now this is kind of changing over to what we have with TikTok, what we have with up-and-comers like Be Real. And the reason being is it doesn't seem like Meta really cares about social media anymore, at least as far as Mark Zuckerberg is concerned. Now, investors certainly still care. They want him to stop with the metaverse, but he continues to dump $10 billion a year into the effort. And then so far this year, we have a little less than $10 billion to this point. And then they said that in 2023, they're going to see spending on it increase a huge amount. So this is something that they're going to continue to focus on as the future of the company. Twitter, we don't know what's going on. Elon Musk is haggling with Stephen King to talk about what they should charge for the check marks to be verified. So there's still so much up in the air, and it feels like this is a moment where social media is going from what it was to what it will be. And these new companies, TikTok, AI-driven, AI-powered feed that gets people addicted. And look, I deleted it again after I said I deleted it for the first time. Just because you sit there and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll. Then you have Be Real, which is really trying to make social media feel less manufactured, though anytime a pop-up comes that says Be Real, and tells you when to start posting, a lot of people still, stage what they were doing or try to make it look a little bit better. Nobody wants pictures of people sitting in the bathroom, which is most of the time on social media. And I think, the other issue that we're seeing is that kids don't care about the main Facebook app. While that still has billions of users, we have a Pew poll earlier this year said just 32% of teens say that they use Facebook. Meanwhile, we have something like 70% say they use TikTok, 70% plus. So there's these huge swings. And, obviously we could talk about Meta's performance so far. Year to date, the shares are down 72%. So
what I want to ask you, it's related to Meta and the not turnaround strategy. I guess it could be considered a turnaround strategy if you're looking at the stock there on your screen, down 72% year to date. What if Mark is right? What if Zuckerberg is right? This is what I ask myself late at night. Not always, but sometimes, in terms of the metaverse, he's plowing $10 billion a year into this project that a lot of people, including a lot of people who work for him, who voted for their feet, don't believe in. Mm-hmm. Could this be the future of social media? It's
interesting, right? Because so many companies are putting money into the metaverse, right? In one way or the other. Now, in my thinking, a company like NVIDIA is doing it really well, where they're making these ideas of digital twins, and they're trying to make it so that when companies build out factories or try to build out infrastructure, they have a kind of virtual version of the world that they can go and manipulate. And so they're not going to spend as much time trying to build out these different kinds of infrastructure, right? So that, I think, is the smarter take. This is, for Meta so far, banking on people strapping headsets to their face. I don't see people doing that. And the numbers don't bear out. The Wall Street Journal did a piece where they said that Meta had wanted at least 500,000 people in their Horizon Worlds app by the end of this year. And so far, they had to revise that number to 280,000 because only 200,000 are in there. So it's not like people are clamoring to get on board. They also just launched their new headset. It's $1,500, something along those lines. People can't buy it. It's not something that I think is going to take off in that sense. Now, there's different definitions of the metaverse. It's not just walking around with goofy goggles. There's also the idea that, I'm on my computer and I'm interacting with something, so maybe that's the metaverse. And there's all sorts of discussions of that. Maybe a heads-up display on your car, that's the metaverse. So I think that there is still room for it. I don't know, though, if it's going to be the next social media, splash. I think something like TikTok, something along those lines, will continue to do well. I just don't think people want to strap something to their face. I don't.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some kind of improvement in technology, maybe that we can't even comprehend yet. But the infrastructure, as we talk about, much like crypto, being built right now. And I need to find different things to worry about late at night. Thank you for joining us here with that report, Dan Howley.